This has been of concern to many citizens because the thing is observed not to be transparent enough. The level of accountability is shrouded in secrecy. And we wonder whether miscarriage of justice is not being expressed by those given the power. It is known that this is a power constitutionally given to the governors and the president to exercise periodically. And the philosophy behind it is tagged to be tempering justice with mercy, with justice and compassion being juxtaposed. But it is to be noted that this should not be used to favor criminals, because there should be certain criteria that should be considered. A hardened criminal, a political criminal that continue to impoverish the nation and has been callous to the well-being of the people being led, is not just being released to the society to continue to perpetuate the evil that he or she has been convicted of. So what if someone who had been convicted of a very serious crime is now seen to be working gallantly in the community again, working free? Not because the judgment of the court was set aside or because it was found to be wrong, as it is being done by the Court of Appeal or Supreme Court, but this is just that the governor or the president just deem it fit, for reasons best known to them, to use that power of the Constitution to set the individual free because they are politically connected. That is what this concern is all about. So, should that happen, what then is the question? Does it weaken the confidence of the citizens in the judicial system? Yes, to a large extent. Welcome back to Nisinuga Reflection. So we examine one of the most sensitive issues in the judicial system in Nigeria. That is the concept of prerogative of mercy. Let me be clear about this. The Constitution, like I said earlier, gives the power to the president and state governors to exercise periodically. This power exists in so many democratic countries, but we may surmise or guess that are we sure that those who helped to draft the Constitution, who give this power to the politician, did not slightly put that in there? Because you know that when their cronies that are evil-minded, criminally minded, get into power and they commit crime, and then the security system and the judiciary caught up with them, and they were convicted accordingly, that means they still have a way of escape because they are politically connected either to the governor or the president. So at the appropriate time, whatever may be the case, must be the judgment, the governor and president have the power to set aside. Like it has happened in Nigeria. Some death sentences were commuted to life imprisonment, and some from life imprisonment to just a few years imprisonment. And some were given presidential pardon, and some were given the authority that their case should never be revisited again. Nothing. They should walk free, and they were given that shield from being further investigated or for whatever reasons. And what is troubling about the case in Nigeria is that the thing was not transparent enough. At least let us know who are those that are given this pardon. clemency, commutation. You have to let us know the offense, the judgment, and the criteria for clemency and for pardon, as the case may be. But in many of the cases, this was not done. In the last one done by the president of Nigeria. Initially, when the list was first given, about 100 and something, people had to cry out when they heard about some of the names in the list. What? Why? What? Because they are committing serious crime? Because there are so many in jail, like one man called Evans, a very notorious kidnapper that made life difficult for so many. There are some politicians that have impoverished their states, wasting the money, laundering the money they're supposed to be for developing the states. And now, after the agency, like the EFCC or ICPC caught up with them, they were arraigned because they were jailed. We now found that the claimant, they just bring the concept of prerogative of mercy to set them free. They wonder why. Where is justice? Where is fairness? There's some other criminals that have hurt so many people. Their victims were not considered. Where is justice? Then these people can go back and be attacking afresh, maybe subtly, those who were witnesses against them in the court of law, because they have been given the presidential or the governor's clemency, pardon, commutation, or prerogative under the concept of prerogative of mercy. So when does this concept become controversial in Nigeria? Well, the questions are asked: who are those granted this pardon or shown this mercy? What offense did each individual commit? What is the nature of the mercy granted the individual? What criteria were used for the clemency? Were the victim's family consulted in any way to assuage them? So if these questions are not answered openly, the public confidence in the government and in the judicial system start to wane. So this is where the real concern comes. It is not that mercy should not exist, but it is that, just like they say, justice should be served and justice should be seen to be served. In the same way, when mercy is being given, you should know why mercy is being given. So others fear that if convicted persons are released without adequate explanation, the law enforcement officers may feel slighted, may feel their efforts at justice have been wasted. They may feel discouraged after risking their lives and that of their family to investigate and to prosecute such serious crimes. Judges may also wonder, after looking critically at the offenses and the exhibits and all the things put before them, before they gave the sentences and the judgment, after giving judgment, to now see that their efforts are just being thwarted by what is called prerogative of mercy. At the same time, the victim's family may feel forgotten and slighted by the government that is set up to protect them. So some Nigerians are concerned, though there is no verified evidence now because we are not given most of their names. They were not released for the public to see. So trust is built in government when government communicates openly with the people. So where do we go from here? Many legal experts have suggested some practical steps to be taken. First, publish the names of every beneficiary of this prerogative of mercy. Publish. Number 2, explain the reasons for granting mercy or pardon or clemency to the individual. Now, clearly state the offenses committed. Like the last one now, people say, how can? So the list that was more than 100 was now reduced to less than 100 because the outcry was much. Or else there will have been pandemonium in the society. That such a person, terrorist, somebody that has wasted lives and destiny. Like one man now, though his case is yet to be judged, his case is still in court. Emefiele, what it made Nigeria to see and to experience during the time or say change of currency, that many lives were lost. Many lives were lost. We were exchanging naira for naira in Nigeria because naira was not available. Even you have money in the bank, you could not collect. Sometimes you can only withdraw just 3,000 naira. You may have 100, you may have 1 million. They just say you can only get 5,000, you can only get 10,000. So there was big problem in the consumer that caused so much pain to now learn that government just releasing just like that. And they now discovered that he had illegally taken some public money to his own advantage in so many ways. His investigation and the case is still on with the courts anyway. And we have many others like that. So when this one was done, and God, the Prerogative of Mercy give them clemency, only the politicians, you see some of them now coming back to want to be senators again, to want to now take some public office again. Why? Because they have been given letter of clearance under the concept of Prerogative of Mercy. So there should be independent scrutiny of the recommendations being given by the committee set up for this Prerogative of Mercy. Spartan, you are welcome. Thank you. So, please, all these things should be taken note of and to be ensured that the rule of law reigns in the land. So, mercy is supposed to heal the society, not cause more pain and not divide the society. Do you believe in the concept of Prerogative of Mercy in Nigeria? Do you believe that it's being used for what it's designed to be used for? Do you believe that it is set up by the politicians or inserted in the constitution for the advantage of the politicians or for the well-being of the populace? Just like in developed countries, or they have what is called parole. If somebody has shown good attitude to show that this person is actually adjusting to being rehabilitated, showing change of character, and they say you give them parole. But the way the ones are applied in Nigeria is beyond most reasonable concept and rational thinking. And that's why many Nigerians are worried. Many Nigerians are worried that this thing called Prerogative of Mercy is being used majorly by politicians to their advantage, to be like a joker card to their cronies and to their members. They commit whatever crime they can commit. The law catches up with them. They just tell them, don't worry, just go and spend some time. After some time, no, don't worry. So is now the governor of the state. We get you out. Now, let a person be the president. Somebody close to the president, talk to the president, he submit the names and say, we want this a child out. And that's justice. That's perpetration of criminal acts in the land. So these are some of the concerns in the land. Sophia, you are welcome, Evelyn. So please, let's know your own opinion about the Prerogative of Mercy and how it's being applied in Nigeria. Till we meet again later, thank you. Share your thoughts. Nigeria will survive. Nigeria will overcome. Bless you.